Today, I'm sharing a story that's been on the hearts and minds of parents across the country. A story about loss, grief, and the fight for privacy in the digital age. This is the heartbreaking truth behind Emilie Kiser's son Trigg and the family's struggle to mourn in peace. Let's start with what happened. On a day that should have been like any other, tragedy struck the Kiser family. Brady Kiser, Emilie's husband, told police he was home, looking after their newborn baby. In just a few distracted minutes, 3 to 5, according to his statement, 3-year-old Trigg slipped out into the backyard alone and found his way to the family's pool in Chandler, Arizona. By the time Brady realized Trigg was missing, the worst had already happened. He found his son floating in the pool. Brady called 911, desperate for help. First responders rushed Trigg to the hospital, but despite their efforts, he didn't make it. It's a nightmare scenario no parent ever wants to imagine. I think it's important to pause here because while the news headlines can sound cold, the reality is devastating. Brady was doing what so many parents do, juggling the needs of a newborn and a toddler. It only took a few minutes for tragedy to unfold. The police investigation is ongoing, and authorities are reviewing outdoor camera footage to confirm the sequence of events. At the time, Emilie was out with friends. The family's grief is unimaginable. But it didn't end there. Why? Because the Kisers are well known online, Emilie has nearly 4 million followers on TikTok. Their tragedy instantly became public. Suddenly, their private heartbreak turned into a media firestorm. Emilie and her family have taken legal action trying to protect their privacy. They've gone to court to block the release of police reports, 911 calls, and photos from the scene. The family argues that releasing these deeply personal details would only add to their pain and make it impossible to grieve away from the spotlight. For now, the court has agreed to keep those records sealed, and even Emilie's own statements about the case are protected. If you're a parent, you probably feel that tension. On one hand, the public wants information. On the other, there's the very real need for families to deal with tragedy privately, even if they're used to sharing their lives online. Emilie hasn't spoken publicly since the accident, and she's pulled back from social media. It's a stark reminder that even influencers are real people with real heartbreak. Beyond the headlines, Trigg's story has sparked conversations that matter. Arizona, like too many places, is facing a child drowning crisis. Every summer the numbers go up. Trigg's loss is more than a statistic. It's a reminder of how quickly things can change and how important constant vigilance is, especially around pools. But it's also raised hard questions about privacy. When does the public's right to know cross the line into someone's personal grief? As this court battle continues, we're all being forced to think about the boundaries between public life and private mourning. If you want to support the Kiser family or any family going through something similar, sometimes the best thing you can do is respect their need for space. As a parent, I know how easy it is to think that could never happen to me. But the truth is, even the most careful families can be caught off guard. Please take this as a reminder to double-check your pool safety, your gates, your doors. A few seconds of prevention can make all the difference. If this story touched you, hit like and share it with other parents. Let's keep the conversation about safety and compassion going. Thanks for listening.